When we think of the Mayan civilization, we may think about El Castillo, which is pyramid that they built in Chichen Itza, Mexico. You may think about, when you think about the Mayans, you may think about the Mayan calendar. Mayans were incredible astronomers. But in addition to wonderful architects and incredible astronomers, the Mayans were also known for their math. They would use basic things that they would find on the ground, like rocks, sticks, and shells. The Mayans did their math vertically. So they go from the bottom, they would work from the bottom to the top, and these would mean numbers. They would start on the bottom, and each rock here, one rock would equal 1. When you had 5, rocks in a row like that, that can be simplified with a stick or a bar. And the Mayans invented zero. And we know that they see their numbers vertically, where this would be in the ones place, this is the 20s place, because they work off of 20 powers of 20, which is base 20 is powers of 20. They would put a rock up here and then a 0 down here, which indicates 20. 1 rock or 1 dot times 20 is 20, plus 0 times 1 is 0. Would be how to read and write Mayan numbers. They'll see the symbols of the dot equals 1, a bar, a dot or a rock would equal 1, 5 dots here equals 5, which can be simplified down to a stick, and a shell or a placeholder equals 0. Each row is a power of 20, starting with the ones on the bottom row. This will be handout number 1. There will be a handout explaining base 10 versus base 20. In this example, I used the example of 100. This is how the Mayans would read, how they would write 100. They would have 1 shell for the 0 times the ones, and 1 bar up top, and that would indicate 5 times 20, which is 100, plus 0 times 1. And that's how the Mayans would write 100. And the third handout would be the challenge that I would hand out. Hello, I am with Sage, who is how old?
12 years old.
And what grade are you in?
6.
And she's going to learn a little bit about Mayan math and the Mayan number system today, and we're going to go over these handouts. The first thing we're going to do is your age. So you're 12 years old. Okay. Now 12. Let's figure out how to do 12. Go for it.
Okay, so I would take
So you would you would work in this first area. So remember, 5 rocks equals
5.
a stick. So a stick equals 5. So if we put a stick here, we know that so far we got 5.
Yeah.
And you're 12.
So
That's 10.
and then
There you go. You did your first challenge. Congratulations. So now we'll move on to the next thing. The next number is 421. If you were a Mayan, how would you write 421? The shell would equal 0.
yeah, and then
So right now you have 0 times 400, which is 0.
oh yeah, sorry. 400.
1, right?
And then
Right. That's 420. You got it. 421. Very good. This next one is 420. 420. And the 0 placeholder. Awesome. You're halfway there. All right. And then the next one is pretty easy. It just says, it could be a little tricky. It's asking you to write 20. Just 20. So that's 20. Awesome. And then the next one is 7.
okay,
You got it. So the last question says, make up your own number.
okay,
And tell me what number you just made up.
400. Yeah, 420.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think you got it. And we're all done.
Good job. Good lesson.